Hey everyone, the Beard Baron here with a topic that I receive a lot of questions about. Something I haven't taken on myself yet, maybe I will someday, but that is the yeard. Let's talk about the yeard. For those of you who don't know, the yeard is built on two words, year plus beard. Yeard, or is it beard plus year equals yeard? But to put it very frankly, you grow your beard for 1 calendar year. And in its purest form, during that year, you do not trim your beard, you do not shape it, you do not cut any lines or maintain any lines. You just let it free growth for 1 calendar year. Now the difficulty is in the simplicity, because you would think, hey, the only thing you have to do for 1 year is don't shave. Simple as it sounds, it's very difficult because you're going to run into a lot of social pressures, whether it's in the workplace, family, friends, and you're also going to run into some self-image problems as well as dealing with your face gradually changing over time and how you actually feel about it. Especially if you've never grown out your beard to any sort of length, you're going to have this new kind of world open up to you of looking different day to day. So I'm going to go over some real simple things with you guys about how to navigate growing a yeard. As I've said in most of my videos, when it comes to any kind of growing out of, say, a mustache, your beard, any kind of length or style, is you want to have a goal in place. And for the yeard, it's really simple to have the most simplest goal, and that is grow your beard for 1 year. But you have to decide whether or not you're going to stick to a purest form of not touching your beard at all, no trimming, no shaving, no shaping, no lines making, or if you're going to give yourself a little bit of a bend where you say, okay, I'll allow myself to create some lines, or I'll trim it up, once a month or something like that. You're going to have to decide what kind of form that the yeard's going to take. So if you want to be a purist, you're going to have to say for 1 full year, mark it on a calendar, say I'm not going to do anything but grow my beard for a pure yeard. Now, if you want to switch it up, you can make some of those little ground rules. Technically, is it a yeard? No, but you're still going to have that great goal of growing out your beard for 1 year. Now, what you're going to say is, oh, I'll allow myself to, trim up my sidelines, cheek lines, maybe my neckline. That's fine. There's no yeard police that are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, what are you doing there? For me personally, I recommend if you can't go for the pure form of growing out your beard for 1 year without touching it, the best thing I could ever tell someone in this situation is create some lines. If you're not going to do the purest form, just create some cheek lines, some sidelines, some necklines, maintain those lines throughout the course of the year, and don't trim or shape your beard during that time. So that way, that's going to give you a little bit of cleanliness, a little bit of neatness to your beard. It hopefully will cut down on any kind of comments you can receive socially. Which leads me to my next big little section disclaimer about growing out a yeard. Is just like in my Growing Out the Beard Successfully video, I talked about there's going to be a lot of social pressures. People are going to comment on your appearance, which I think is a real fascinating idea of that. A lot of people won't say negative things about a person, about their appearance, but for some reason when someone's growing out their beard, a lot of people feel very free to give a negative opinion about an appearance. So you're going to have to navigate that. That's something that's going to change, especially if you have not grown out your beard to any sort of length prior. It's going to be strange to people, especially if you haven't seen them in say a month or two, and all of a sudden you walk into a friend's house and like, wait, what's going on, or work, or any kind of situation where you haven't seen someone, or you've been around the people group. The people will judge you, and they may judge you openly. You need to be prepared to receive any sort of criticism. Hopefully you're around a great support group of people who will champion you on, cheer you on, and that's who you want to surround yourself with in general, is people who are going to be about what you're about. And if you're letting people know, like, hey, I'm growing this out for a year, be prepared for a little pushback, or people who are a little skeptical of, or questions of why you want to do this, and it's what you want to do. So feel free to be not super defensive, but stand up for yourself and say, hey, I'm growing a year, and I've always wanted to do this, I'm looking forward to it. Get some excitement going, get people excited with you, and you'll see some good results. The final frontier of growing out a year is going to be you, yourself, and your self-image. It's very strange if you've never really grown out a beard of any kind of serious length. It gets a little weird when the beard is like growing out and you're noticing a bit of a change in your appearance. You might not have seen yourself like that before, and it can kind of like mess with your head a little bit. So I have some ground rules I always tell guys about when it comes to bailing out on your beard. This is a really good groundwork for if you're having that kind of conversation in your head, like, oh, I think I'm gonna shave it. I always tell guys, don't make an immediate decision of shaving your beard or trimming off a considerable amount without giving yourself some time to think about it. And I'm talking give myself some real time. So here's the kind of context I usually give guys in the ground rule is take however many amount of weeks you've been growing your beard. Say you've been growing your beard for 2 months. So that's 8 weeks, okay? And say some night you have that conversation like, I think I'm gonna shave my beard off. And you say, okay, I've grown out my beard for 8 weeks now. So now you need to give yourself 8 days until you can commit to actually taking any form of action on your beard. And you'll be surprised at what can change in a matter of those 8 days of saying, hey, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good about it now. It looks great. You never want to make a knee-jerk reaction. And I feel with the year, this is extremely important because you don't want to get to the point of like, 6, 7 months in and say, oh, well, yeah, I'm just going to bail on this and shave it off. At that point, once you're in that many weeks, you're talking about 24, 30 weeks or something like that. I say at that point, give yourself at least 2 solid weeks, 2.5 weeks to like just sit on it, just live with it, and don't overthink it. Don't just write on the calendar or put it in on your phone. Say, hey, I'm gonna give myself 2 weeks to think it over. Walk away from the mirror, come back to it in 2 weeks, and if you're still at that point, like, yeah, I still want to shave it, no harm, no foul. You can definitely do that, but give yourself an opportunity to get past that little speed bump that you're on. You can definitely do this. It's like I said, the simplicity is the difficulty, and that is not shaving for 1 year. But set yourself up for success. Get people excited. Once you get yourself excited, put it on your calendar and celebrate when you hit the year. So if you're thinking about growing the year, drop a comment down below. If you've already done it, in the process of doing it, let me know what you guys think of the whole process. I love hearing from you guys. You can find me at thebeardbaron.com. Links are all down below. Drop me some messages, guys. I love hearing from you. I'll talk to you soon, but until then, take care.